Good morning. Hey, how are you? I'm so glad you're joining me today for Coaching Moments with Leah. This is a time where I answer your questions about faith, finances, friendship, relationships, boundaries, anything that has to do with your life. And you are free to email me questions that you would like for me to answer in these videos. I would love to do that. My email address is ladamsministries@gmail.com. So today, if you will recall, back in February 25th to be exact, I let you in on a financial coaching session with one of my clients, Mr. Winnie the Pooh. And in case you weren't with us for that, let me just give you a quick overview of Winnie's budget. He had filled out a budget worksheet for me, and he told me he had a monthly take-home pay of $1,200, and then he listed all of his expenses. Some of his expenses fell within the suggested percentage, while some of them were far outside. One of them that was excessive was the utilities section. He was paying a lot for a phone, and then other utilities were costing him a lot. In addition, while his rent did not fall outside the suggested percentages, it was still very high for what he was making. He was spending a lot on food. Winnie eats a lot of honey, and so he was eating out a lot. The other categories that were very excessive were transportation costs, gas, oil, repairs, licenses. And then the biggie, the very biggie, was all of his debts. He had a car payment, 2 credit card payments, and a student loan payment. And so those were 65% of his take-home pay. And really our debt should be about 5 to 10% of our take-home pay. So when we took Winnie's income minus his expenses, we had a lot of red ink right there. He was $1,600.35 in the hole every month. So it's been 6 weeks, and Winnie and I had another session, and so Winnie has done a lot of hard work. Let me just tell you, he still has some work to do, but he's done a lot of hard work. So let's take a look at this. Remember, he had a $1,200 monthly income. Well, he picked up a night or 2 a week of a part-time job delivering pizzas. So he's picked up an extra $400 a month. So he's got a $1,600 a month income. The categories that he made huge strides in are his housing and utilities. Winnie decided, at least for a while, he would take on a roommate. So all of that was cut in half. So he is definitely within the recommended percentages for that now. His groceries, he stopped eating out completely. But he did have to increase the grocery amount a little bit. So instead of $550 a month on food, he's now spending $260 a month on food. So he has done some serious cutbacks. Other categories, he cut his toiletries back a little bit. He was, actually he didn't cut his toiletries back, he cut his pocket money back. He was taking $100 a month as pocket money, and now he's down to $60 a month. So he also cut his entertainment budget back by half. And so now, oh, and the other thing Winnie did, he had an expensive car payment. He had $350 a month car payment. And so he sold that car and bought a new car. He did take out another car loan, which we don't like, but he did take out a car loan, and now instead of $350 a month payment, he's got a $160 a month payment. So that cut his debts back from 65% of his take-home pay to 37% of his take-home pay. So now he's got a take-home pay of $1,600 a month, monthly expenses of $1,933 a month, which leaves him still in the red $333 a month. So Winnie's done a lot of great work. Way to go, Mr. Pooh. But he's still got some work to do because we don't want red at the bottom of that budget sheet. We want it to be a zero-based budget. So one of the things that I have suggested to Winnie is to look at his budget again, see if there's anywhere else he can cut back. But if there's not, and I suspect there may not be too much he can do, not to make up $333. So what he's going to have to do is come up with more income on a monthly basis. So we talked about the fact that he's only working 1 or 2 nights a week delivering pizzas. Get in there and work all weekend in addition. 8 hours on Saturday and Sunday, and he can pick up that extra $333 and probably more. Now, one of the other things that Winnie did start doing in this past 6 weeks is he started saving for an emergency fund. He started putting back $100 a month for his $1,000 emergency fund. So important to have an emergency fund. So those are the things that Winnie has done. I'm so proud of him, but we're going to keep working and we'll report back into you in another 4 to 6 weeks. If you've got questions about your finances and you need someone to walk alongside you and be your encourager and be your accountability partner, I would love to do that. Check out my website at leahadams.org and look at the financial coaching package I offer. Have a great weekend.